Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Hey, welcome back. It's Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. It's your morning show. My name's Jason Bailey with Randy Cross and Kristen Ledlow. Should have put some money on this. On the WadeFord.com hotline, Randy is like, there is no way on God's green earth. I played with this man for years. I know this man. There is no way that the great, and when I say great, I stress great, Jerry Rice is getting up this early to talk to us. But lo and behold, Jerry Rice, welcome to the program, sir.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Jerry, I had your back, brother. Randy, that's your boy.
That's Randy.
That's Randy.
Randy, come on. You know I'm not going to let you guys down.
You know that's not true, JR. Come on, man.
I always show up on time, man. I think out of my career, 20 years in it, NFL, I was late for a meeting just once.
And he doesn't think that you can get up to do a little old radio show here in Atlanta. Shame on him.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Oh, my God,
Here's
Randy,
the guy
I'm so disappointed, man.
He's the guy that used to fly across country to Bristol, Connecticut to do some TV pops. So he's all about working hard.
That's what I do, baby. That's all. Hey, look, that was my approach when I entered the NFL, and it's still my approach.
Hey, Jason's got the perfect question for you because you'd be a great one to ask this. So.
Which one?
He wants to know from a quarterback standpoint, with all the hype about Peyton Manning, such a great, such a great fantasy quarterback.
Hold on.
He'd like to know your opinion on Peyton. Hold on
that's not how it went, Jerry. Look, look. I've been needling Randy for the last couple of weeks. He has this hatred for Peyton Manning. I don't care either way, Jerry. I just like to see him get all excited. You know how he gets, right? Especially, Randy. I just said that, you could argue the point that Peyton Manning is possibly a better quarterback than the great Joe Montana. And I said, Jerry's a smart guy. He might understand where I'm coming from.
No, I think it comes down to the Super Bowls. You got to win Super Bowls. And this is very big for Peyton Manning because you look at, he's going up against Tom Brady right now. I think Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowls, and the last 8 times, being in the playoffs, with Peyton Manning, they really didn't go as far. It was good to see him win this last football game. Now he has to go back up against New England, Tom Brady, and try to get to the Super Bowl.
I like it. Speak on it, Jay.
Now, does this Super Bowl solidify or taint Peyton's legacy, depending on whether or not it's a win or a loss?
I really think so. To be honest with you, it's a lot riding on this Super Bowl for Peyton Manning. And yes, with all the outstanding numbers that he done put up and what he does for that team, the Denver Broncos, and, his legacy is that, yes, he put up outstanding numbers. And if he should step away this year, his legacy is going to be he put up outstanding numbers, but he could not win more than 1 Super Bowl.
On the WadeFord.com hotline, the best that's ever played the game, we got Jerry Rice on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. We got to cover this while we have you on. Of course, you're going to be on one side of the field for the Pro Bowl, and your boy Deion Sanders on the other side getting a little media attention today, shocker, saying that he's going to suit up, and then you challenging him on the Twitter. How much is that gimmick, and how much is that for real?
That was truth, wasn't it?
It's true. It's true because, to be honest, guys, I would beat Deion like I did back in the old days. and I took his heart when he was on the football field, and I'm going to take his heart in the Pro Bowl when I put my team together. And, Deion, he likes to blow off air. He's all about that. That's prime time. But he knows deep down inside, when we had to face each other, he could not sleep the night before. He knew exactly what he was in store for, and that was a beatdown.
Is there a prop bet on this, Jerry? You got a side bet with Deion?
No, I don't have anything. But you know what? If he wants to suit up, it's going to be very painful for him because I know he's not going to be able to keep up with me, for one thing. And I'm going to run every route possible that I ran back in the day, like the post corner, the post, the goal, all of those, and just wear them out completely.
Hey, Jerry, I tend to I tell people all the time, I think you're the best football player the NFL's ever seen, period. and I get a lot of agreement with other people about that. But, these days it's all about the church of what's happening now and who's doing it now. I'd love to get your thought on, when people compare like Calvin Johnson or some of the great players now, and they are fantastic to you, and they so easily want to say, well, he's better than Jerry or he's going to be better. How does that really go over with you?
Randy, to be honest, that feels weird because I think as athletes we never want to be compared or anything like that. There's a whole new era now. The ball is completely in the air, and receivers going to be able to put up outstanding numbers and score a lot of touchdowns. I really didn't get that many opportunities, but, I respect those guys like Calvin Johnson, what he's capable of doing. Megatron, a guy that's like 6'5", can run a 4.2 and just can out-jump you and do all of those things. But, I think when I played, it was a more balanced offense where it was running the football and also throwing the football, but it's a different era now. And I sit back and I look at it, and I brush it off, and I just move on because I know the commitment that I put in to put up the numbers that I was able to put up. The players that I played with to help me put up those numbers, and I think we had an outstanding run.
Hey, Jerry, what kind of numbers would you put up in today's game, do you think?
Oh, my God.
What do you think? Could you get one? Could you get 150 in a season?
2,000 would probably be easy, and catching maybe 140, 150 passes.
Now, who do you want as quarterback, though? If you were to play in today's game, if Jerry Rice, the great Jerry Rice, were 20 years younger, back in your prime, and you were in today's game, who would you want to throw the ball to you?
Come on, Colin Kaepernick, man.
Oh, come on. Get out of here. I don't buy that for a second.
He doesn't like that answer, Jerry, because Kaepernick killed him in fantasy.
Russell Wilson, so many great quarterbacks. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, all of those guys, Tom Brady. So my thing as a receiver, I always wanted to make my quarterback better. And so I would adjust to those guys, and I think that's why I had so much success on the football field. Whoever they put behind center, I wanted to try to tailor my game to them to make them better where they can exceed on the field.
What does it mean to you now, Jerry, to see the 49ers back in that spotlight, not just last year, but this year with another shot at a Super Bowl?
Man, the last 3 years, and it's like, okay, we're right back at that door again. And, we got to go through Seattle. And what Seattle did to us early part of the season, we didn't have all our weapons on the football field. Now we got those guys back. Defense is playing well, and it's just going to be a bloodbath. That's the way I look at it, because they're going to have to go into Seattle and just take their heart and try to get to the next game.
We got Jerry Rice on the WadeFord.com hotline. It's funny when you're just talking about, joking around, saying what you do to Deion on the field. You'd run all these patterns, the post pattern. I mean, look, I'm 38 years old. I am a huge fan. I got mad respect for you. But just like most guys and kids growing up, Jerry, the first Madden, you couldn't lose Jerry Rice there, the post pattern on the side. And you know what I'm talking about, Tecmo Bowl, Jerry Rice. So, and I got you on the phone. This is kind of a treat, man, so I appreciate it. When you left the 49ers and went to Oakland, I mean, I know it's business, but we're not talking about any football player. We're talking about Jerry Rice. Did you feel like you betrayed the fans at all? I mean, even though I know it wasn't your fault.
No, not at all. No, not at all, because, I still had some football in me, and I wanted to play. And I knew that the San Francisco 49ers, they had brought in new players. They wanted to get those players on the field. And, it was one of those situations where this is what I chose to do. No one picked this for me or anything like that. This is what I chose to do, and I still wanted to play. And I went over to Oakland, and I went to the Pro Bowl, and I had a great time working with Tim Brown and John Gruden and all of those guys. And after that, I went to Seattle for a little bit and a little quick stay in Denver, and that was the end of my career.
Hey, Jerry, you look at the games that are going on in these playoff games. Who do you like Sunday? Do you think it can be a Peyton Manning 49ers, or do you think Seattle's just too tough on the road?
Guys, I think it's pretty much up for grabs. I'm going to be honest with you. and it's very, very hard to pick who's going to be in the Super Bowl right now because, with New England beating Denver, it can be done. With Seattle beating the 49ers, it can be done. Then San Francisco came back and beat them, so it's up for grabs. And I think the team that goes out and that's not going to make that many mistakes, that's going to move the ball up and down the field. It might not be a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to be a very physical game, and it might just turn out to be a defensive game.
Hey, Jerry, you're like me. You've got 3 Super Bowl rings with the Niners. Were you also like me last year when they lost in the Super Bowl? Pretty let down because of the perfect record.
I was definitely, because Steve Young and I, we were sitting there in this box and we looking down, and we watch the players. I love watching the players when they come onto the field, and when the San Francisco 49ers came on the field, Steve and I just noticed that we just said this team is not ready because of their demeanor, not being excited, not being happy to be on that football field. And I remember back in the day, whenever we played in the Super Bowl, my God, man, just running off that field and feeling that energy and knowing that, hey, look, it's only 2 teams on that given day, and one of these teams going to walk out of here with that trophy. And so we could sense that.
Hey, Jerry, I know we got to let you go, but being in the locker room with Randy Cross, he's tell me something, man. Give me some. He's not listening. It's just me and you. Give me some.
Randy was real cool, man. And the hair now, he's rocking the hair right now.
Oh, Jerry, he's got a platinum mullet.
Hey, Randy, man, if I could have some of that, man, if you could give me some of that, man, we could take back like the old days.
Hey, JR, I give it to you, but you might bring the dreads back, so I can't do it.
Jerry, you don't.
Hey, I'd better not do that. That'll be all over Twitter and social media and stuff like that.
Jerry, you don't want Randy Cross's hair on you're going to look like Storm from X-Men.
Man, boy, I would pimp that guy. I'm serious. I could rock that. I could rock it.
Hey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on. It is an absolute honor, not only for me as a radio guy, but for our audience as well. Wish nothing but the best. You are the greatest to play the game, and thank you so much for giving us a few minutes today.
Okay, guys, no problem. You guys have a great day.
Thanks,
Thank
JR.
you.
Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.